Hi, y'all. It's Katie.
And Jared.
And we've made it to a new week, and that means we're back with a brand new episode of Box of the Movie Podcast.
Yep, and Boxer, if you don't know, it's a feature film written, directed, and starring my co-host, Miss Katie Matt.
And if you don't already know, Jared is not only my co-host of this podcast, he's also one of the producers on the project.
Yep, and every week we dig into what it's like working as a indie filmmaker in Hollywood.
And we talk to our amazing cast and crew about their journey in the film industry.
Yep, so in this episode, we talk to the amazing, talented, hilarious Alexis Braxton, who also plays Dr. Leslie Banks in Boxer, which is, one of her very few dramatic roles that she plays. So we'll talk to her and see what that was like. We'll also talk to her about being a working actress in Hollywood and the importance of mental health and self-care.
You know what, y'all? I just think Alexis got Jared all nervous and all of the things. So basically, no. You are not going to want to miss this episode. Welcome to Boxer the Movie Podcast.
Let's just get into it.
Ooh, all right. So I'm gonna get straight into it. Jared, what does it feel like launching the latest crowdfunding campaign?
The latest, right? Because that's very important. The latest is very important because y'all, if you don't already know, if you haven't been following us for very long, this is actually our third crowdfunding campaign that we're launching for this movie. We're dedicated, y'all. We dedicated. But I feel like this one is different because we have a better strategy. We're no longer we're at the, I guess we could call this the tail end of a pandemic. And we're just strategizing better. We're out, we're doing, you guys will see, if you haven't already seen, we're doing Box on the Street, we're doing street interviews, we're doing this podcast. We're working with Shakisha Williams, who has had successful campaigns, and she's helping us out. What else we got going? We got there's something else that we're doing, Katie. What are we doing?
We're doing everything, Jared. That's why.
Yes, we're doing all the things.
We're doing all
matter
the
of fact,
things.
We can't mention what that is actually right now. That was kind of a segue to try to get her to say it, but she won't. So y'all will see that later.
Look, we're also doing a screening of K-Mac.
Oh, you're saying it. She's saying it, y'all.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I just didn't know whether you wanted to put that out there.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
So yeah, if you're not familiar with my work, we will be doing a screening of some of my I ain't even gonna call them masterpieces, but some of the fan favorite works that I did, and so we'll have details for that soon. Hopefully, you're able to join the event and see some of the work that I've done previously, because I think it's pretty cool. So yeah.
Wait, are you doing Breakpoint too?
Please,
y'all. Listen, like I told y'all before, Katie likes to hide her work, but Breakpoint, I think Breakpoint, out of all her work, I think Breakpoint was the one that did it for me. So, hopefully you
that's what did it for you. Wow.
I think so.
Wow, I forgot about Breakpoint. Like I just be forgetting about.
Yeah, starring Lamar K. Cheston and
Genesis.
Yeah. And what's I don't know what. So I love their performances, but who was the older lady?
That was. See, you gonna have me out here lying because I know her name, but I can't.
Okay. Either way, y'all will see at the screening. Hopefully she screens that too, but y'all will see what I'm talking about. Yeah, like Jen. Oh no. So Genesis was dope too.
Yeah.
And I didn't meet Genesis until years later, where we're actually working on this film. But she was dope too. But yeah, y'all see. Hopefully she throws it in there, right, Katie?
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Anyway.
Well, how do you feel about crowdfunding this time around?
Yo, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Like,
Please do, always, always.
crowdfunding is like a fucking shit show. Like, it's hard, y'all. It's hard trying to get money from. Well, you know what? Let me streamline what I'm saying about this. Crowdfunding is a really good thing because you get to see how many people support your vision, and they wanna show you that they support you and they want to make your vision come to life. But getting the money out of their pockets is so fucking hard, y'all, because there are a lot of people that are like, well, when does the movie come out? We're like, probably another year and a half. And these are people that might not understand
that, right?
How the process is. You know, we don't get your money and make the movie next week. Now we have to shoot it. It has to go into post-production, which could be however long, from 1 month to maybe 4 months. So, you know, it's a long process, and, you know, some people want immediate results, which is understandable if they're not in the business and they don't know how it goes. But it's really challenging and it can be very stressful. But I'm in it, and honestly, as an indie filmmaker, it is what it is. It's part of what we do. It's a big part of what we do, because if I had $100,000 just laying around, I wouldn't have to do it. You know what I mean? We have to find the money. So yeah, I mean, but what do you heard how I feel about crowdfunding? What makes crowdfunding important for creatives of color?
So y'all, we did a little bit of research and we found some statistics from McKinsey & Co. If you don't know them, you know, Google them, whatever. But I'm gonna just read off a couple things for y'all. Black talent accounted for 15.2% of lead or co-lead roles across film and scripted series for the 2-year period from 2018 and 2019. Now, McKinsey also reports that there's very low percentages of Black talent in the above the line roles, which are creator, producers, writers, you know, my role and, you know, Katie's roles. Well, Katie's also in the movie, but you get what I'm saying. Black above the line talent made up only 6.6% of those roles for films and 7.9% for scripted series from 2018 and 2019.
That's crazy.
Right?
That's crazy.
Now, when we get to, like, you know, how this can be improved and the effect that Black creatives have on, you know, these series and these shows and movies and things. When a Black creator was behind a Netflix series, for example, 72% of the series regulars, meaning the actors, for those that don't know, were Black, while only 15.4% were Black when a non-Black creator developed a series.
Like, the numbers don't lie, y'all.
You can't, right? Numbers don't lie. You can't find a number. So, I mean, that is a huge part of the reason why, you know, I, as a creative of color, want to create things that we see ourselves in, that reflect ourselves, that reflect other parts of us, instead of just, you know, what they think we look like, or how they think we act, or how they think we live. So,
you know what? It's interesting because, like, the broad implication of this phenomenon is that Black creatives are carrying the weight of Black diversity and inclusion, which is ass. But, you know, as the report concluded, more generally, underrepresented creatives were primarily responsible for the on-screen inclusion in Netflix films. So basically, to wrap it up in a nutshell, when you see a project that has a vast amount of Black talent in it, more than likely there's Black people at the head of that project. Whereas if it's a project where white people are heading it, the percentage of Black people are going to be significantly less. And that's a problem. So, you know, it's kind of like, with all of those statistics, is it a good time to be a Black creator or a filmmaker?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously it's not easy, but it is worth it. You know, like I said, it provides the opportunity for us to, as creatives of color, to tell the stories we want to see, be able to portray ourselves the way that we want to see ourselves portrayed. Um, we got direct access to our own audience via social media now. So, we don't have to rely on somebody else to, market it this way or market it that way. We can tell our stories and let our audience know, no, this is what it is. And this is how we're telling the story.
But it also allows us to do it ourselves. Like we can greenlight
our own things without, worrying about, a big studio telling us yes or no. So that's one of the biggest reasons crowdfunding is really, really important, that it allows us to go and make our own work. And we don't have to get permission from somebody else. We can have, our audience behind us and greenlight us on a project. So
yeah, I mean, I think people are so accustomed to Hollywood being this very linear thing. Hollywood is Will Smith, and it's Scorsese and Leonardo DiCaprio. It's like very that, but if you want to keep it all the way 100, Hollywood is the level of talent and filmmakers that are making their own work because we're not asking for permission. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like there's so much more quality projects, quality films, quality storytelling on the independent level.
Yeah, I mean, it's evolved now. I get why people have that, thought process, because, crowdfunding and all of this really has, and social media and all that really has only, came to fruition within the last, decade? And so, we got to kind of shift our perspective on what Hollywood and who the filmmakers are in the world, because that's broader now. It's a lot more broad now. So, but let's get into why we're even talking about crowdfunding. Right. So we just launched this campaign, 2 days ago? From the release of this episode. Y'all, we are raising $111,000. Okay. So we're starting this campaign, and we have up until August 15th, my birthday. If for y'all that don't know, and just in case y'all want to jot that down, and I'll shout out Katie's birthday because she's 3 days before me, August 12th, whatever. But anyway, from now until then, we need to raise $111,000. That's $3,700 per day, y'all. So give anything that you can. Spread the word to all of your friends, all of your family. Send the link to any and everybody. You can find the link on our website, boxofthemovie.com. You can go on our Instagram, any of our Instagrams, and click on the link in our bio. All of our information will be there. Send those links out to everybody that you know. Give anything that you can, because every little bit helps. You'll be providing dozens of jobs for the cast, the crew, and color. We got perks for y'all. You can get a signed digital poster. You could get which is really, really dope, actually. And I'm actually kind of surprised that she was willing to do this. But Katie, there's an opportunity for you to get a copy of Katie's actual notebook, like production notebook. So you'll get like all her production notes, like her notes on the script. You'll get inspiration photos that she uses, photos from the set, a bunch of different things. I'm
shocked
that makes you nervous.
Yeah, because I'm hearing you say that, and I'm like, that's all my private things.
Right. It's all her secrets.
All my secrets, but I think I believe in giving back and kind of this budget. And what's crazy is that at $111,000, that is considered super, like, ultra low in Hollywood. Like, that's nothing.
Right. That's an ultra low budget film. Yeah. But a couple other things that we got going on, just so y'all have an idea of what you can get just for contributing to the film and helping to make this film happen. You can come on set if you're interested in coming on set and being background, or even a featured person with a little cameo, little speaking part.
Gotta be on time though.
Right. Please be on time. And also, last but not least, you can get a master class with me and Katie on how to produce a feature film, how to write a feature film, but it'll be a 1 hour masterclass through Zoom. It'll be recorded, so you'll get the recording of it. So yeah, we got a bunch of dope perks that y'all can go in and check out and grab up.
It's gonna be fire. It's gonna be dope. But before you get all of that, just remember we gotta make $3,700 per day over the next 30-something days to make our goal. Like, if you want to see what putting it all on the table looks like, look at anybody that is a part of this project, and you will see the grit, the passion, the depth, the knowledge, the dedication, the discipline, all of the things.
You know what? All of those words describe that. All of those words remind me of the actual movie. All of those words are adjectives of the things that are part of, the characters in Boxer. So I just wanted to say that. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Who we got this week? We
have. Okay. Oh, snap. Hold on.
Is that her calling you?
I think she, maybe. No.
That's her trying to get in the room.
I'm sorry about that, y'all. But yes,
tell us about Alexis Braxton.
I'm going to tell you about Alexis. Alexis Braxton. She's an actress from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. She's an ensemble member of the sketch comedy groups To Karen with Love, the Black Pantherettes, and American Candy. Alexis has filmed videos for Uber and Dotdash's The Balanced Careers. Right before the COVID-19 shutdown, Alexis performed in the parody musical Scandusical as Olivia Pope. She can be seen in the award-winning web series Foster Sin, Switch, and Working Out the Kinks, and the independent film Serial Killer in Harlem. Alexis also enjoys working out, thrift shopping, and obsessing over her hair. If you're watching the video version of this, you will absolutely see what we mean. Welcome to the podcast, Alexis Braxton. Woo, woo! Hi, Alexis.
What up, Alexis?
Oh my God. I just love you so much. I just want to go on record saying that. Period. But let's get into it. Okay, so Alexis, I know that you probably get this question all the time. Are you in any way, shape, or form related to Toni Braxton?
Oh God, Katie.
Do you want the answer I normally give to strangers or the real answer?
Nah, we know you.
I want the strangers one.
Oh yes, we're totally related. Oh my gosh. I mean, the only reason I'm not filming Braxton Family Values is because I don't live where they're at. I'm in New York, they're wherever they are. And, and I'm trying to start my own career, establish my own brand. I really don't want to be associated with them. I want to be able to cultivate my own success on my own and not use the Braxton family name.
Of course.
I
love
Good
it.
answer. Good answer.
Good answer.
But everyone's great, love Tony, Tamar, and the rest of them.
What's the rest of their names?
I think it's a Tamika. It's Tanya.
There's so many of them.
TT.
I know it's like Tracy. Something.
All of them. All of them.
Any name with a T, that's a Braxton.
See?
Alexis,
Right, where the A come from?
No, I don't share my real government, but my real government is Alexis Braxton.
Alexis.
Okay, so speaking of acting, right? How did you get your first acting gig?
Oh my gosh. Well, now, do you mean when I moved to New York or like first acting gig ever in life, like High School Musical?
Well, where were you before?
I mean, I'm from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. It's the state capital.
But yeah, well, let's go back to high school, and then we'll go back to when you moved to New York.
Okay. Let's see. My first acting job. God, you even want to call it a job? No, it was a High School Musical. I wasn't getting paid. I wasn't getting nothing. So yeah, I think the first musical I did in high school, Damn Yankees. It's about baseball and selling your soul, blah, blah, blah. I don't remember.
And the damn Yankees. Yeah,
Yeah,
got it.
And then we did Grease our senior year. But you know what? In high school, you can have all the talent in the world. And I guess this speaks for nowadays too. But if you aren't friends with the musical director or, you know, buddy with the choreographer, you're not getting a lead. You're not getting a speaking part. So I feel like, I was like, yo, I have massive talent, but because this person is like y'all's star and we just love her. I'm just like, I can sing circles around her, but that's neither here nor there.
Well, I mean, that's not far from, you know, real life. So, you know.
And she was the name of the game. Oh, you know somebody? Oh, okay, yeah, we're gonna give her a shot.
Right, exactly.
But
Right, but I didn't sing circles around this girl.
Right.
What about when did you move to New York, and what was your first gig here?
I moved to New York in 2004, and I graduated with a broadcast journalism degree, but I had always had a passion for acting. However, that was something that was not encouraged by the parentals.
Of course.
So I was like, all right, I have to find another way to get on TV. I'm gonna just do the news. But I was just like, I don't want to do that. And one day I just decided to pick up and move. You know, I had taken some acting classes in college. I had always wanted to do it. So I just started looking for gigs online. You know, I got my headshot done, put together a little resume. And I remember my first audition for some like play festival. When I tell you the bucket of sweat that just I was drenched in for literally spending less than 5 minutes in a room. And I'm just like, wait, I got nervous for that. I was like, oh, no, never. I mean, I still get nervous, but I don't like, it's not a life or death situation anymore. Once you conquer that first audition, it's just like, oh, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I can do it. So yeah, it was some little play festival.
That's dope.
Yeah, we love those.
Started.
Probably at the Producers Club or something, right?
One of them venues,
Had to be.
Players Theater.
Wow. Speaking of your nerves in acting, what's your favorite part of acting?
Honestly, I really like being on stage. I love having the audience right there. I love the attention, and you feed off of that.
Yeah.
You know, because I do a lot of sketch comedy, and having the audience there, you know, they're laughing at the jokes, and it's just like, oh man, we got them. And you know, sometimes even with their energy, you end up doing stuff on stage that it just comes right off the top of the head, the ad libs or like, you know, some sort of action. There's no better feeling. It really isn't.
I love that. Go ahead, Eric. Go ahead, Jerry. Look like you want to say something.
So, you know that, you know, of course, we all know that working and being an actor, it's tough for all actors, but in particular, actors of color it's a lot different for us. I'm only going to say a little bit. It's a lot different for us. I mean, now it's changing, and you know, there's more opportunities out here for us. But what's the hardest for you? What's the hardest part of being a woman of color in this business?
As a woman of color, I mean, especially when you see a casting notice that is just like, okay, we want, you know, an African-American female. Literally, we're not all the same. So whether it really could be any shape.
Yeah, that could mean anything.
Type, anything.
Right.
Like when they're looking for, you know, an African-American, it's like, all right, I know that I can do my best talent-wise, but if I'm not the look you're going for, that's something that's out of my control. I can't control what, you know, the casting people want. So it's just like, all right, I know that it's not my talent that didn't get me the job. It might just be
I'm not racially ambiguous enough.
Something that's not me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's all, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Alexis.
I was just gonna say, it is difficult at times. You shouldn't compare yourself to other people, but when you see their journey, it's just like, dang.
Hello.
Wear my hair like this. Maybe I should do that. I don't know. But it's just like, you know what? Everyone's journey is different. What's meant for me is for me. What's not meant for me, hopefully it'll go to someone I know and I can congratulate them.
See, I can absolutely, I'm sure Jared, well, I don't know Jared, he's just different, but I can relate to the whole, comparing. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
As an actor, comparing yourself to other people's journeys, especially, actors that you might have been in acting school with, or did other projects with, to see that their journeys, and then you kind of look at yours sometime and it's just like, well, damn, he's on HBO and I'm still here. So I do have those moments, but it took me a long time to get to the point where you said where you have to understand that everybody's journey is different. So with that being said, your journey, somehow you got to this fabulous project called Boxer, and you play Dr. Leslie Banks. So tell us about your character, Dr. Banks.
And I knew you were going to ask me that question.
I'm so transparent, Chaz.
You are. And, this is going to be edited, right?
Maybe a little bit.
Okay. So full transparency, I did not read the rewrite yet.
Oh my God.
I know. Shame on me. Shame on effing me. Although I will say this though.
You probably should read it though, because you come back. But
right, we got.
We'll let you just see that on your own.
But I will say this in terms of you offering me this role, because like I mentioned before, I mostly do sketch comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And to be offered a dramatic part, it's just like, oh.
This is different.
Right. But you have given me an opportunity to show range, to instill belief in myself that I'm more than just a comedic actress. So I'm very grateful for the opportunity to be in Boxer and to play someone that is not like me or not like any other role I've played before. I find myself getting, just in terms of like auditions and stuff, getting, auditions for sort of like spokespeople or, therapists, or having a sort of like demeanor and voice. And I'm just like, all right. Those years of, that broadcast journalism training and, like that listening and engaging have paid off.
Well, for the record, Miss Braxton, okay, I think we met doing sketch comedy, American Candy. It was probably, I think that might have been when I met you, but my memory is shot, so I don't know.
No, do you remember that thing? What the heck was his name? Frederick? It was
shit.
Yeah.
Chocolate.
Was it
Thunder?
It was something.
Y'all wearing something called Chocolate Thunder.
You know what?
What was that about?
Not the name of it, but it was chocolate something, I think. But wow, that was so long. Basically, that even furthers my point. I knew from working with you before, I knew that you were comedic, very comedic. You were into the funny, loved the funny, all that stuff. But I saw, I was just like, yeah, I can see her in something else. And I made a note. I was like, next time I can use Alexis in something.
It's like a mental note. She has the range.
Yeah, you did. And I'm
so glad.
I'm so glad.
I'm surprised that you said that was, are you saying that was your...
Once I got my lines together, I'm gonna slap myself.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't gonna say it, but But once you got your lines together, I was like, oh wow, okay. I wouldn't be able to tell that was your. Are you saying that's your first like dramatic role that you had?
No. But
Oh,
it's
okay.
been so long since I had done something dramatic that I was just like, oh, all right. And then obviously, you know, when you're working with friends, really, for real, it's like, yo, I do not want to mess up their project.
Right. I was gonna ask you what I know y'all have worked together on an acting capacity, but what's it like working with Katie, you know, as a director?
I will say it's very professional. Like you just create a very professional space, even though I know you, but at the end of the day, I'm there to do a job. We're not just, oh, hey girl, yeah, okay. We're here to have fun. No, we're here to work, and that treats it as such. I mean, yeah, you know, we laugh and joke when the time, you know, comes for it, but when it's time to get down and, you know, be on a professional set, you know, you make sure that we have the things that we need, our coffee, water, food is very important. Very. And it's not just like, you know, little chips and apples. It's like it's a spread. It's a spread.
Yeah, we try to keep y'all right. And I think part of that comes from, you know, us being actors ourselves. Like we know what it's like to be on a set where they're giving you Pop-Tarts,
scraps,
and water.
Like what am I supposed to do? I'm hungry.
Yo, you know what? That's gonna be the thing, Jared. They're gonna be like, Katie feeds y'all. So, you know, if you have any hesitation.
Right. If nothing else, you're gonna be fed.
Listen, I have worked with friends and I'm just like, I'm so hungry.
Are you gonna feed me or not?
Pass out for dehydration.
Right. And you do things out of the kindness of your heart, but sometimes you're doing things for people that have never been on a set before. So they don't know how it's supposed to run. And just because I'm your friend doesn't mean that, oh, I'm just going to do this and be like, oh yeah, I'm doing this for my friend and this is cool. Like, no, you should treat it.
You got to be right.
Like, I'm doing a job.
Yeah, you got to be right. All right. I'm going to use that to segue a little bit into mental health. A little bit of mental health for you. I'm curious, Alexis, what part does mental health play in your everyday life for you?
Oh boy. No. I will say, because I still work a 9-to-5 job. And
really?
Yes, I still have my 9-to-5.
Okay.
You know, sometimes it's 10 to 6, sometimes it's 10 to 4, depending on my mood and depending on just the energy that I have to give out. I'm just like, listen, this work from home situation is just, I learned, you know, we had to do it last year. I was like, okay. I learned to adjust. Now it's just like, how long am I going to have to keep doing this? Like you know, and I got a promotion. And with that came, you know, a nice sizable, you know, increase in pay, but it also came with a lot more responsibility that I was not ready for. So before I even start my day, I make sure I do something for me first. I have to.
What do you do?
I work out.
Oh, that's good.
I make sure that I work out. I have to make sure I do something for myself first before I go into, you know, reading these emails and making sure people have what they need in order to, you know, do their job. Because, you know, I'm an office manager, so I have to make sure that the ship stays afloat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I'm just like, all right. But yeah. And, you know, just finding those moments of happy in your life. Or taking a break. It's like, look, I'm stressed out. If I need to sit on the couch and, you know, watch TV for a little bit, or I need to go take a walk, that's what I need to do. But yeah, definitely finding the things that make you just bring some sense of joy to your life. It's so important. Oof.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't tell you how. I was like, man.
Yeah.
Gosh.
It's super important to, like, I remember those days. It's super important. It was super important for me to be grounded before I even head to the office, because I knew that somebody was going to try my patience. And the days that I didn't do like meditation or a little bit of yoga before I left, really it showed the difference. You know what I mean? Because I'm already all over the place before I even get to the office. I'm on a train, like just, but you know, that little thing, working out definitely helps. Go ahead, Jared.
So I know that you practice this self-care with your 9 to 5 or your 10 to 6, but do you think that practicing the same self-care and taking care of your mental helps you be a better actor?
Well, yeah, really, just to clear your headspace, depending on, I would say,
Do you have the same practices?
what the role is. Like if it's something comedic that I know can sort of come naturally, I might not need as much preparation time or, as much sort of like, I just need, to clear my head for a bit to get in tune with whatever character I'm going to play. Now, if it's something a bit more dramatic, I mean, honestly, sometimes, if something at work is stressing me out and the character is stressed, I was like, maybe I can bring that, to the, whatever role I'm playing.
Right. True. Yeah.
Usually
Let me just hold on to this.
It's gone. It's done. That part of the day is done. And now I can do whatever else it is that I enjoy. I don't want to think about what stressed me out.
Does
something I like.
is saying no part of your self-care, whether it's no to, a role or no to something that's like not your job at work? Is that part of your self-care? Because sometimes we get offers for things that just are not for us.
Yeah.
And sometimes we do take on things that are also not for us that we should have said no to. So
I have definitely been guilty of saying yes to things, or just being eager to always want to help out. I'm just like, man, sometimes I can't do everything. And honestly, I'm thinking more of my job than anything. It's like, oh, well, we need someone to do this. It's like, oh, well, let me step up and say yes, because I know they're going to ask me anyway. Like, man, I do have the power to say no. I probably
do.
I don't use that power enough. Yeah.
You got to harness that.
I was about to say, when you start getting into a habit of saying no, I mean, at the right times, of course, benefiting you, man, it's freeing, girl. It is so freeing. I just love it. Hey, nope, I'm good. I just
and it also keep you open to the things that are supposed to be for you. I mean, if you're doing all this stuff that ain't for you, you blocking off your time, blocking off your availability for the things that you're actually supposed to be doing and actually feel good.
Very true.
To you.
In a way, I've been in my head, I've been saying no. I haven't been verbally saying no.
You gotta have it travel. You gotta come down.
However, I have definitely
you gotta follow through.
To hey, listen, I've got a voiceover to record, or I have an audition to record. Is it 1 p.m. in the afternoon and I should be working? Yeah. However, I'm gonna do this thing I like instead.
I love that.
No, that's do that.
And honestly, that's one of the benefits of working from home. I will say I have time during the day to just sneak in a little, self-tape during lunchtime or, what have you. So.
Oh, Miss Braxton, let me see. Let me see how I'm gonna round all of this up. Question for you: what is the one thing that you have learned as an actor that you believe is important to your journey?
It's the one thing I've learned. No. This might sound corny, but like, not for nothing. Just believe in yourself and believe that you have the talent to, achieve your goals and your dreams. Case in point, I just booked a commercial.
All right.
But yeah,
Congratulations.
Thank you. Oh, all right. Let me tell y'all something. I have not booked anything on camera probably in over a year. And I haven't booked anything acting wise since like April. So I was just like, come on, whether it be a voiceover audition or an on-camera audition or, a Zoom, live audition. I'm just like, geez, like something.
Mm-hmm.
And this audition came up for, debt relief, a spokesperson role. I had the audition a few weeks ago. I was just like, that wasn't my best, but it's over and done. I'm going to put it behind me.
Those are always the ones. Those be the ones.
Yep.
Agent emailed me, texted me, was like, hey, you have a call back tomorrow for the debt relief commercial. I was like, I do?
Me?
I do? I think that was my best. But they saw something and I was just like, you know what? Good. All I have to do is believe, and they believed, and they saw it, and cut to today, getting the news. I mean, I was just like, ugh. But it felt so good at that callback. I was like, man,
yeah.
I don't get this job. It's not because of the talent. It's not because of the talent. It was from something that I can't control. Again, we go back to hair or skin color or whatever the hell. It's like they couldn't say, she just didn't have it. She didn't have the goods. So
we think you have the goods. So yeah. Alexis Braxton. I just love your name. I just say the whole thing. Alexis Braxton. I am so, so, so happy that you were able to join us on the Box of the Movie podcast. Austin was on last week. Stephen Cofield Jr., he started it off. And every week we're like, dang, I don't know. They're going to be able to measure up. You measured up to Austin. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Right. Boxing your way through this thing.
That's right. That's right.
Are we going to wait? Is Leslie going to find herself in the ring?
I mean, I guess you got to read the rewrite to find out.
Ooh. No. All right, y'all. This has been an amazing episode. Special shout out goes out to our guest, Alexis Braxton, for hanging out with us today. Katie, you got any final thoughts for the people?
If you don't love Alexis Braxton by now, then there is obviously a disconnect here. No, I'm really glad Alexis came through. I just love her so much. She's just, you attract your people, and I'm glad that she's one of my people. So shout out to you, Alexis Braxton, for coming and giving your time and your energy and your bright light. I love it.
Yes. So, Box of the Movie podcast is produced by Shakisha Williams, Katie Mack, and me, Jared Solomon. You can follow us on social media. We're at boxer_film on Instagram and Twitter. That's boxer_film on Instagram and Twitter. And we'll be back next week with a brand new episode. But in the meantime, don't forget to visit our website, boxofthemovie.com, to donate to our crowdfunding campaign. And don't forget to subscribe to get the latest updates. Once again, that's boxofthemovie.com for all things Boxer, y'all. Until next time, peace.